I was so I was cleaning. Well, I mean, I wanted to clean my pipe. I bought it. They're very cheap. It's a metal rod, very thin, so it's easy bendable. It has cloth around it, but it's very strong cloth. So you take this off from the pipe. This is plastic, by the way, and you put it through, and you pull it right through, and it just cleans it. And I also cut them to save them, not to just let them go to waste too fast. But then I just started thinking, I don't want to use the claw because I'll use up like let's say 2-3 inches, and it does get a lot of it, but it's just always the same thing. And like depending how much I smoke, once a week, once or 2 weeks. Actually, I should probably clean it more often, but I couldn't pull that well. And I was like, is it the tobacco smoking? Do I need the cigarette tobacco? And I started thinking to myself, no, if it's that, I'm just gonna quit. And I was like, didn't I go through this before? But I'm like, let me try it. And I cleaned it, and it just pulls very well. That's one thing. Two, it's like, why should I spend, not just spend money, even if it's for free, if I could make it myself, which wouldn't be so bad. But I have this cloth, and I bought this from Harbor Freight. It was like a whole pack. It was very cheap, like close to $10, like maybe like 50 of them or something. It's a shop cloth, but I didn't use it nonetheless. I just used, which one did I use? This one I used later. This one right here. This little twig. Now this looks like from a pine tree. I mean, and it's so strong. It is kind of flimsy. It's bendable. Left the scent on it. I just pulled it off a little branch, and I just put it in once. I put it in like, let me see. Let me show it. Oh, now it's. Which one did I use first? Well, it doesn't matter here. Yeah, like that, and it just, as you can see, it's right there. It just fits right in. And see, it still has a little bit of residue, the tar buildup. I could even spin it around. And I used the claw. I didn't use my fingers. As you see, when it first came out, all that goo, all that nasty tar, the liquid tar just came out. It always does. And I let it, here it is. I let it hit the cloth so it wouldn't get on me, and I just pulled it through like that. And it's nice and clean. I mean, it still has a little bit of residue. I could actually, what if I really want, put something like this. I had this from cat food, washed it. This is ginger infused, and this gets rid of inflammation. I had a bump on my head actually a couple months ago. I soaked it for like a couple times, and then the next day it just disappeared. It's still kind of there, like the remnants of it, but disappeared. I used it for my cat in case he has inflammation, but I could put in something like that, not mild hot water, and just let it sit there, to get rid of all of that. And if I really want to be creative, I could cut this cloth, maybe even, I'm not saying glue to this, well, I experiment and just, wash it down, Let me see, where is that chemical? I did buy a chemical. They use it for glass pipes, I think, and all sorts of smoking pipes. And it's called 420 something, 420 formula. I was asking people about that, but it's like very blue color. When I first opened it, it just had, I don't know, remember, it had a really great like blueberry smell, and then it smelled like toxic. It still does, but I started thinking, that's horrible, and I got rid of the first one, or something, I threw it out, or I left it in front of the store. I was like, I don't want that shit. You don't have to give me money. I don't want that stuff. It's creepy. Actually, later I think, I don't know if I still went and got it, because I could use it for other stuff. Maybe like, my bike chain. I'll see if it works on my bike chain. I have a couple other things like brake degreaser for my bicycle, But I also use this for my bike. Gets rid of the rust, It is, like I said, flimsy. It's very small, so it takes a lot of work. There's better ones. These are bristles, metal bristles. You want to get rid of rust. It does. Will it, make it nice and smooth like it was before? No, but it does get rid of the red, right? It's just simple things you can do instead of spending all these products and this and that. Even for like a glass pipe, I wouldn't put any chemicals on this unless later I would wash it with like hot water, and like I don't have to add a scent. I mean, eventually it would get washed off, but can you imagine putting chemical on this, even if it dries up and then smoking out of it? it's like you're ingesting it, you're taking it in. I'm not into that. But then those wire cloths, I still have them. I'm not gonna throw them out. It's just that when you once use them, they get so dirty and filthy. It's like they're garbage practically. I'm not gonna go wash them or something like that. And it's just like that. We create these products that in a way it would say, oh well, this is so cool. It's so nice, but they're just really unnecessary. All it takes just go out in the world, use your mind, and use practical, do something practical, to to get rid of the mess. That's really what it is. Um, and I mean, this is another thing. This is a shop cloth. I mean, I already got it stained and dirty. I have another one when I have soil because I replanted 2 plants, and mint lately. So I use them for that. And I mean, it can be washed. Will it be 100%? Well, it's probably not. My other cloths, they're not too as well, but I use them for other things. Learning as I go along. But yeah, the tobacco, it was fairly cheap. I'm gonna get on that. It's called vanilla, $4.75 for an ounce. A little baggy, and it pulls very, very well. Let's see. Ooh, now this one doesn't have the burn. If I buy the cigarette tobacco, it burns me. And I was like, I don't care. I guess burn is a burn. But when I eat spicy food, I love the burn, all over. But this one just is very smooth, and I don't fiend for cigarettes. Actually, I kind of wouldn't want a cigarette anymore. I'm not turned off if anybody else smokes it, but like I said before, it's very cheap. I don't know what the nicotine level is, but I do feel it when it goes in my mouth, and it just the pull. By the way, this pipe, like $2 or $3 or something like that. I bought another one for like $2, a couple blocks away from me. And you know what? The other one is very cheap. I have to like fix it up. But the good thing is, I bought it and I have spare parts. Like this, I got it from something else because a week ago this piece broke and I couldn't fit it in. This comes off. Here. Let me see. Talking about this, that, and the other thing. Alright, does it? Yeah, it does, but still kind of dirty. Still has tarp. Let me see. It could be washed up. Hot to mild, hot water. Let it sit in there, soak. Probably wouldn't put any chemicals or anything like that. I read online that you could put vinegar and silverware, and then sit there and it'll get rid of all the rust and all the other stuff. I do have silverware. I'm gonna read up on it, but I'm not buying anything from store and putting it on silverware. I'm not. I will figure it out. And yeah, just a short video. I got really excited because I cleaned this in just a couple seconds, and it just looks so clean. And then I don't taste the tar, the residue. I don't taste it at all. Would I even like smoke? Let's say I was smoking. Cause see, I used to buy. I still might buy the Bugler. And all these cigarette tobacco, you get rolling papers. Now in New York, the rolling papers like 32 pack sell like for $2-3. The cheapest one was like $2. I buy those and I have like a couple of them. But it's like, would I smoke this in a little joint? Probably not. I tried it. It just didn't feel good. Not that I can't roll. It just doesn't taste right. A blunt or something, I wouldn't do that. I used to do it in the 90s or something like that. It just gross. It gets on your teeth and tar and all that stuff. It's disgusting, That's why, one of the reasons I wanted to quit weed, it was just gross. It was like, then you get all of your hands. I don't know, maybe I just became groggy with it, but I'm not into that stuff. Uh, if you smoke weed or something, if that's what you're into, and you have a pipe, yeah, that's probably better. Glass pipes aren't all that bad either, but you gotta clean it and maintain it. You get that tar buildup, and eventually, it just doesn't feel right, and you might not get the same pulls. You might not get that good hit in your lungs, and whatever you want. Anyway, just things around the nature, things around the nature that are right there in front of our faces that could be reused instead of thrown away. And this right here, it got really got tar buildup because I use it to clean my pipe. Yeah, I kind of just shaved that off. It's not the most perfect, but it is pointy, so it has an edge, so it cleans my pipe pretty well. It's a wooden pipe, so tar builds up over there as well, and I do clean it up. I'm gonna put some water on it maybe, and just really, really get it nice and clean. I had this for a couple weeks. This one as well, except this one, yeah, this one is disgusting. I was trying to get it not as pointy, but just like my spatula. I did with my spatula, and I didn't do a good enough job, but I could always correct it and fix it. I mean, the works, you could mess around with stuff like that. There's so many things around us that we can fix and create for a better good. Jason was in all them woods. He had that one machete. And with the things he could do, if you guys, he took like a shop class. I mean, bows and arrows. You'd have to walk and chase anybody. Hey, you get out of my leg. I drowned. No, I'm messing around. The story of Jason kind of sad in itself. But, ingenuity, common sense, logic. Doesn't matter who started it first, who, created it first, who had the idea. That's great. It should be respected, but, time is now. Time is now.